thank you so much for coming out this evening. Man, it's good to see you. Hell, it's good to see anybody every day, anytime. This is what this stuff we're going through. But thank you for coming out. We really appreciate it. A couple of little things, if you hadn't been here before, you need to know about. In the lobby, there's a bar. We encourage you to drink. I'm serious. I'm not exaggerating or telling a story. It's the true thing. We encourage you to drink because Uber and Lyft will pick you up right at our front door and take you wherever you want to go. Undeniably beautiful downtown Duluth is so safe you can leave your car right where it is for a couple of weeks and it'll be okay. So just go on and drink it up tonight and go and get taken home, and whenever you want to come back and get your car, just come on back and get it. That's the truth, too. You think I'm not telling a story there either. That's how safe and really cool this little downtown area is. So you're good to go. Also, I would like to mention that Chuck has brought some things, some paraphernalia with him, and it's not illegal. It's all above board, and it's out there in the lobby, as I mentioned, where the bar is, and he will not be upset if y'all take all that home with you tonight. In fact, that way he don't have to take it back to Nashville, Tennessee. You can just take it on home with you and he'll take the profit from it. So that would be a good thing to do. Make sure you look at that table before you leave. Also, in the lobby, there's 2 restrooms and there's 1 toilet per room. One's on this side of the bar and one's right around the corner on that side of the bar. They're unisex, and you queue up in front of the bar and wait your turn. Or you all go in together. We don't care. We don't, because we're not making a religious, a social, or a political statement. It's just that there's 1 potty per room. So y'all are all grown up, I can tell. I don't think there's any cheering here. So you can figure it out. Wait your turn or go in together. We don't care. But if you don't want to wait your turn and you're embarrassed to go in with somebody else, there are 2 restrooms downstairs. It's a men's room and a ladies' room down there. And we'd ask you to adhere to those if you don't mind, please. Also, this is a very appropriate time to say hello to you folks watching the live stream on YouTube at EOP Live. We're so happy to have you. There's a big blue bar at the top of the chat box that says tip jar. And again, it's not going to upset anybody in here if y'all just unload your pockets and load that tip jar up. And we're going to thank you in advance for that and your generosity. I know you're going to do it, so please consider it. And Chuck's going to do 2 sets. So I know you got the Georgia-South Carolina game on one screen and Chuck on the other screen. So don't get too engrossed with Georgia because they're going to beat the hell out of Carolina. I mean, they are. It's sad, but it's true. So just go on to the refrigerator and get you a little bucket of ice and put some beers in it and sit there and listen to Chuck, and then you can go to the bathroom at the break. Do that, and then you don't have to miss a single song. So there you go. That's what these folks in here are going to do too. But y'all can get up and go anytime you want. However, I do want to remind you, on the center aisles there are steps. And we love songs and songwriters here, but we don't like acrobatics. So please be careful on the steps and make sure that you use the rail and do them one at a time, because we are not such spring chickens anymore. And, you just tumble if you don't be careful. So please be careful on the steps. Go to the side. There's no steps. Enough of me. Sound like you're 1,000 people. One of the nicest, coolest, best crafters of song, dearest friends I've ever known. Y'all give a nice welcome to Chuck Cannon.
Oh, come on, make me feel welcome. trying to make money takes most of our lives. And it's been known to make husbands strangers to wives, until the kids don't recognize him when he comes through the door. It's enough to make you wish money don't matter no more. She's got a minimum wage job, 30 hours a week. Yeah, and her man, he done left her with 3 hungry mouths she's trying to feed. So she's stealing some milk from the grocery store. It's enough to make you wish money don't matter no more. We're all underpaid and we're all overwhelmed. Oh, how I wish love was the coin of the realm, where everyone's rich or when nobody's poor. Yeah, sometimes I wish money don't matter no more. How about y'all? You can make it the measure of how much you're worth. You can store up your treasure down here on earth. You could buy you a big boat that won't sail heaven's sweet shore. That safe harbor where the money don't matter no more. We're all underpaid and we're all overwhelmed. Oh, how I wish love was the coin of the realm, where everyone's rich all when nobody's poor. In the place where the money don't matter no more, no. Well, 30 pieces of silver was all that it took. To make Judas give Jesus the kiss of a crook. When you think about it, that's a hell of a thing to become famous for. Just to find out that the money don't matter no more. We're all underpaid and we're all overwhelmed. Oh, how I wish love was the coin of the realm, where everyone's rich or when nobody's poor. When we all get to where the money don't matter no more. I'm not the Christians and the Buddhists and the Muslims and Jews and the atheists, the agnostic, the Rastafarian, the Zoroastrian, the Confucian, the Presbyterian, Episcopalian, Southern Baptist, Pentecostals, Methodists, and even Sikhs and Hindus. Got them all in. The doctor, the lawyer, the preacher, the whore. Guess what? We're all gonna end up where the money don't matter no more. We're all underpaid and we're all overwhelmed. Oh, how I wish love was the coin of the realm, where everyone's rich, oh, and nobody's poor. Thank y'all. I got my Batman cup, and I got my I Love Baseball cup. There's two different things in the Batman cup and the I Love Baseball cup. They are both delicious. How many of y'all ever seen me? How many of y'all have never seen me play before? Oh, hell, that's pretty good. I get to tell all them same old stories. Y'all think y'all might even think I'm coming up with that shit right off the top of my head or something. How many of y'all ever fell in love with the wrong person? I love to ask that question because some people get real still and they look like straight ahead like a deer in the headlights. And you know they in here with them. So I always ask this follow-up question. Any of y'all ever fell in love with the wrong thing? Because you can do that too. I wore that t-shirt completely out. This is a song about that. My first sip made me gag, and I thought I was gonna blow beats. Okay, I gotta tell a story. But I need my I Love Baseball cup to tell. Okay, so the story is, that opening line, my buddy Alan Shamblin and I wrote this song. Alan is the guy that wrote, I can't make you love me if you don't. Anyway, great songwriter. And he had that opening line, my first sip made me gag and I thought I was gonna blow beats. And I just loved that. I thought it was hilarious. So we wrote the song, and years and years went by. And the way it works as a pro songwriter, you know, you play the song for, I don't know, if you can find the artist's girlfriend, that's usually the best place to start. And then the next best place is the artist's wife, according on how good they're getting along these days. And then the next one is the artist's manager. That's unless you can get it to the artist. Anyhow, we had played this song for all kinds of artists, and the song, what they do is they put it on hold, which means that they're going to take about 6 months and get back to you about why it is they're not going to record your song. So anyhow, we had gone through this for like 6 years. There must have been 20 different artists that put it on hold, and we would always eventually get this phone call. Hey man, I love this song and I want to record it. I mean, you know, one of the guys, I don't want to say his name, but his initials is Randy Hauser. Randy called up and he goes, man, I cannot see myself singing blow beats. And so Alan and I, after, you know, maybe 20 artists have said this, we're like, well, maybe we should change the line. So we did. We changed the line to, my first sip made me gag and it ended up all over my feet. Which is kind of the same thing, it's just not nearly as colorful, right? And then, you know, we had done that, and then Alan called me up and he goes, man, let's just leave it like it is. And I said, I'm with you, brother. He said, that may be the very thing that gets this song cut one day. So Alan's from Texas, and he's like in the Songwriter Hall of Fame, had more hits than anybody I know. But he said, man, every time I go home to Texas, everybody always looks at me and goes, yeah, whatever. Has George cut one of your songs? And they don't mean, in Texas, they don't mean George Jones. There's only one George Strait, and that's who they meant. Well, I pitched this song to George Strait's producer, but for another act, a guy named Jake Owen, and that guy's name's Tony Brown. He called me up and he goes, I ain't cutting this on Jake Owen, I'm cutting it on George Strait. And so George recorded the song, and I got to be the one to call Alan and go, hey man, next time you in Texas and somebody asks you if George Strait's ever cut one of your songs, you get to say, well, hell yeah, they did. Anyhow, after George had recorded, and I had heard it, you know, before the album came out, I went to an award show, and Laurie and I walk in, and George Strait's standing right there. Well, you know, we know each other, you know, just as acquaintances. And Laurie did a couple of tours with him. And so we started talking to him, and he turned around and said, "Chuck, how you doing?" And I said, "Man, I'm doing great. I really do appreciate you cutting that song Poison." And he goes, "Blow beats." He goes, "You know what that means?" And I said, "Well, we wrote it." And he goes, "Man, I ain't heard that since I was a little boy. So stick to your guns. My first sip made me gag. I thought I was gonna blow beats. But I took another, and pretty soon, brother, sour mash started tasting sweet. Made me feel brave and strong, bulletproof, like I could do no wrong. But I found out before too long what I should have known. You can learn to love anything. Even a bird in a cage will sing a song. Even if it's wrong, even if it kills you in the end. You can learn to love anything. Trade your heart and soul for a ball and chain. Anything can bring you pleasure, even pain. Pick your poison. Pick your poison. Pick your poison. Now ruby lips hid a razor tongue and a heart as blue as glacier ice. I was warned, but I was willing to ignore everybody's advice. More I gave, the more she took. She walked away without a second look. It's just one more page in that great big book on how you can learn to love anything. Even a bird in a cage will sing a song. Even if it's wrong, even if it kills you in the end. You can learn to love anything. Trade your heart and soul for a ball and chain. Anything can bring you pleasure, even pain. You can learn to love anything. A prison wall, a ball and chain. Anything can bring you pleasure, even pain. Pick your poison. Pick your poison. Pick your poison. Pick your poison. You can learn to love anything. Pick your poison. Nice little uplifting number there. Thought I'd get everybody in a real good mood before I played them the happy song. Y'all remember Mac Davis? I'll never forget. God knows is, it's been 20 years ago. I get a call one morning on a Saturday morning, like at 8 o'clock, which is the wrong time to call an artist. You don't, that's not right. But my wife and I had planned to go yard sailing that day. That's what we call it, yard sailing. We'd go around all these yard sales and buy other people's junk, bring it home, turn it into something that we liked. And that was our plan. And she was in the shower. I get a phone call from the president of BMI. And he goes, I answered the phone and I said, what are you calling me this time of day on Saturday for? He said, well, I was just calling to see what you were doing today. And I said, well, I'm going yard sailing with my wife. And he goes, well, that sounds like fun. But would you rather do that or would you rather come over here and write with Mac Davis? And I went, in the ghetto, Mac Davis? And he goes, yeah, he asked for you by name. Now, before you think that that's something cool, the only thing that's cool about it is I just happened to have the #1 song that week, and Mac wanted to know what's the #1 song, who wrote that, get that guy on the phone. That's the only reason. He didn't know me from Adam. But anyhow, so Laurie's taking a shower, and I walk in. Laurie was my wife, and I walk into the bathroom, and I've got the phone over my chest like this, and I open the shower door, and she looks at me and goes, what? And I go, baby, I know I promised you I was going to take you yard sailing today, but this is Roger Sovine on the phone, and he wants to know if I want to go write with Mac Davis today. She goes, in the ghetto, Mac Davis? And I said, apparently so, baby. She said, you better get your ass down there and write with Mac Davis. She said, and make sure that you don't let him go nowhere. He can come here and stay with us instead of staying in a motel, and we'll cook for him tonight. And I'm like, okay. My kids grew up knowing Mac Davis as their Uncle Mac. And it started that day. And we got to be good friends, really, really, really close friends. And you know, he had been every time he would come to town, he'd stay out at our house with us because he really liked Laurie and her cooking. And you know, he'd just hang out and write with me and write with her. And so there was this one day he had been there for about a week, and I'd been writing with him every day. And boy, it's just, I mean, you know, you got to be on. You got to be ready. You know, it's like the big leagues. And I looked out the window, and there's Mac standing out on my studio porch, and damn, I'm so tired. I don't know if I can do it today. I went, oh, I'll call one of my buddies. I called my songwriting buddy, Jeff Steele. Jeff answers the phone. It's like 9 o'clock in the morning. He answers the phone like this. This must be really good. And I went, you want to write a song with Mac Davis today? And he goes, in the ghetto, Mac Davis? So he came over, he said, I'll be there in 30 minutes. So he came over, and Mac starts telling us this story about when they had made Mac Davis Day in Lubbock, Texas. And Mac said, you know, I just knew nobody would show up for this, and so I had arranged for the limo to pick me up. He said, well, it was kind of a limo. Basically, it was a hearse. So I had arranged for the limo to pick me up right after the show, and he said, I got there, and man, there were 20, they did it in the little Lubbock high school football stadium, and there was like 25, 30,000 people there, and I got done with the show and walked off the back of the stage, got in the limo/hearse, and headed back over to the airport. And as soon as we got on the property, the fella that was driving me just stopped, pulled off the side of the road and looked around and said, how'd you do it, Mr. Davis? And Mac said, do what? He said, how'd you ever get out of Lubbock? And Mac said, oh, well, you know, when I was a kid, I was a little boy, I was whistling, you know, and whistling little tunes, and I got a little bit older, and I started putting words to them. One thing led to another, and he said, this, you know, of course, Mac's telling me and Jeffrey this story, and he goes, you know, and this young man goes, just stops me right in the middle, says, oh, hell, I can't whistle a lick, and I can barely write my name. I ain't ever gonna get out of this town. Mac goes on telling the story, and Jeff and I look at each other with like silver dollar eyes going, holy shit, he just said, I ain't ever going to get out of this town. So we start like passing lines to each other, and Mac goes, are you boys paying any attention to my story? And we're like, no, we're writing this song. What song? Well, you said I ain't ever going to get out of this town. And Mac goes, ooh, that is a good song idea. And about that time, a jet airplane flew over, and he goes, you know how they always talk about flyover states? Reckon we can get a jet airplane flying over in this? So here's what we come up with. Well, there's only one road running through these parts. It pretty much stops right where it starts. It rolls out a ways and then it winds back around. I ain't ever gonna get out of this town. I ain't ever gonna get out of this town. Well, the train pulled out and it never came back. There's weeds growing up through the rusty old track. And them planes fly over, but they never touch down. I ain't ever gonna get out of this town. I ain't ever gonna get out of this town. But there's this dream that I've been dreaming all these years, where I fly into the sun and disappear. I got an old Chevy Nova sitting up on blocks, bunch of greasy old parts in a cardboard box. I got her running one time, but she broke back down. I ain't ever gonna get out of this town. I ain't ever gonna get out of this town. So that's how far we had gotten. And Jeffrey goes, fellas, I am loving this song, but I got to catch a plane. And so we said our goodbyes, and he took off, got in his car, and left. And any of y'all know who Jeff Steele is? He's the guy that wrote What Hurts the Most, stuff like that. Anyhow. So Jeff takes off, and Mac and I look at each other and kind of shrug our shoulders and walk back in. We start working on another song. It takes 30 minutes to get to the airport. About 35 minutes later, the phone rings, and I look down, and it's Jeff. So I answer it and put it on speaker. And Jeff goes, fellas, I'm standing here in line to go through security. I don't have the line, but I'm pretty damn sure that it has something to do with a wedding gown. Looking for a rhyme for out of this town. And wedding gown works pretty damn good. And he said, now I don't know what the line is, but I'm about to go through security, and I want y'all to call me back in about 10 minutes when I get time to go through and tell me what the line is so I can sing it at my show tonight in Los Angeles. Here's what me and Matt came. Well, I was stealing Jenny's kisses since the 11th grade. And there ain't no running from the love we made. And now we're shopping for a stroller and a wedding gown. And I ain't ever gonna get out of this town. But there's this dream I fly into the sun and disappear, but you just can't get there from here. Well, we buried my daddy singing Amazing Grace. The preacher says now he's in a better place. Oh, but I couldn't help thinking when we put him in the ground. I ain't ever gonna get out of this town. So, back in 1984, I had to get the hell out of Horry County. There's a bunch of people here from Horry County tonight, and they know why. But I had a disagreement with the powers that be. We had a different take on the same story, but mine was right, theirs was wrong. But they had the power, so I had to get the hell out of Horry County. And I moved to Nashville because I was pretty damn sure that once they heard me sing, they'd wonder where I had always been. And basically, they just wondered why I didn't go on back. Here's how I found out that I wasn't a country singer. When I moved, the first place that I lived in Nashville was on Magnolia Avenue, and I had a little balcony, and right above me was another apartment that had a little balcony, and I used to sit on my balcony and play my guitar and read books. And one night, well, after I'd been there for about a month, this guy moved in, and when he moved in, the last thing I saw him bringing up, where the hell are you going? I'm just getting to the good part. Gary Rose, ladies and gentlemen. Anyhow, y'all give him a hand. When you get our age and you gotta go, you gotta go. I get it, brother. Anyhow, so this fella, he moves into the apartment below me, and the last thing I saw him bringing in was a guitar. And is this the story about how I found out I wasn't a country singer? Yeah, it is. So this guy, he like moves in below me, and a few nights later, I'm sitting on the balcony reading a book, and I hear this guy pull his guitar out right on the balcony above me, and he starts singing. I'm like, man, I'm 600 miles from home, and I'm lost as a ball in high weeds because I will never be able to sing like that. And but I did. I walked inside and opened up my cabinet, and I found about a half a bottle of tequila. I thought, I'll just go introduce myself. You know, it's kind of cool. You know, I'm just fresh into Nashville, and here's a guy that plays guitar, and he lives right above me. So I get that bottle of tequila, walk upstairs, knock on the door. He answers the door with his guitar strapped on like that. And I said, hey, man, I'm your downstairs neighbor. I heard you playing. And he goes, oh, man, I wasn't too loud, was I? I said, no, you sounded great. And I had my hand behind me like this. I said, but, you know, being your neighbor and everything, I was just wondering if you like tequila. And he goes, yeah, I like tequila. And I stuck my hand out and I said, well, I'm Chuck Cannon. And he goes, I'm Keith Whitley. And that's how I found out I wasn't a country singer. But after a little while living there, they started thinking that I could write songs, and they started recording them. Here's a few of those. We're going to run through a bunch of these here real fast, so hang with me. See if you heard any of these. Could invent a time machine, baby, we'd both be 17, cruising in my first car, acting like movie stars on Friday night. Do you remember those Friday nights when we were Iraq, ready to roll, and there was a fire down in our soul, when all the whole world had to stand still and turn around us, 'cause that was the deal. And oh, how those nights went flowing like wine, when I was all yours and you were all mine, and we were in love. Well, boy meets girl, and it's a safe bet that the girl's gonna play a little hard to get, but they both got the same thing on their mind. But ain't that what makes the world go around? And don't it get you up, don't it get you down, get you walking around with your flashlight trying to find love. Ooh, gotta get you some, gotta get you some, gotta get you some. Gotta get you some love. Ooh, gotta get you some, gotta get you some, gotta get you some. Ooh, gotta get you some love. Well, boy sees girl with another guy, what he wouldn't give if he could catch her eye, 'cause man, these Georgia girls are hot. Well, but you can't compete with the superstar. He got a big old house and a little teeny tiny Phil Elvis size red car, and the one thing that you need that you ain't got, he got the money. Ooh, gotta get you some, gotta get you some, gotta get you some. Ooh, gotta get you some money, 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 money. Some, gotta get you some, gotta get you some, get you some long green, deep pockets, no finance, no romance, get you some, yeah, you know. Well, God smiled down from up above, the money rolled in, they fell in love, and from the outside looking in, it was a dream come true. The years went by, something turned up missing. There ain't enough hugging and there ain't enough kissing. And everybody knows they gotta do what they gotta do. Get you some, you know. So I wrote that song with my buddy Toby Keith, and we got to that point in the song when we were playing it for his producer, and his producer just went, no. He stopped, no, hell no, you can't say get you some you know. And we're like, get you some love, get you some money, get you some you know. What else is there to get you some of that's worth getting? He's like, I don't know, but you can't say get you some you know because they'll know what you're talking about and they won't play it on the radio. Y'all, there are 23 verses of this song that ain't nobody ever gonna hear. Anyhow, so Toby and I walk out in the hallway and we're laughing because we know they're gonna cut the song, but we gotta come up with something. He goes, I don't know what you guys are gonna come up with, but it's gotta be something that, it can't be you know, there's gotta be something. I hear that train whistle blowing. I hear that train whistle blow, and it's blowing me away. Got to write a verse to when the train goes by. So that's kind of a rule here. And that's my little train song. Anyhow, he says, you got to come up with something that grandmamas will love, but it can't be you know. So we go out in the hallway and we're laughing, and Toby says, get you some love, get you some money, get you some you know. What do grandmamas love? And I said, I don't know, why don't we just say babies? You got to get you some you know to get you some babies. And Toby's like, oh, that'll work great, man. I've got all of these things about, you know, tricycle motors and Rugrats, curtain climbers, and we'll just throw all of that in there. So we did it, and the song went to the top of the charts. It just so happened when it got to the top of the charts that it was my grandmama's birthday that weekend. So I called my grandma on the telephone to remind her it was her birthday. I'll never forget what she said. It was one of the last birthdays I got to wish her happy birthday. I said, happy birthday, Grandmama. She said, yeah, and if I ain't careful, I'm going to come down with another one. And my granddaddy thought he was the brains of the operation. Anyhow, we're sitting there and, you know, talking. She says, hey, baby, they played me that. They took me in and put me in front of the TV so I could see that song. I saw that fella in the big white hat singing your song. I said, yes, ma'am. And she goes, baby, when they going to let you sing your song? You sing it better than he does. I said, no, ma'am, he sings it way better than I do. She goes, I don't, honey, no, you sing. I said, Grandma, when he sings it, the money rolls in. She goes, oh, okay, baby. Well, I don't know how all that works, but I just wish they'd let you sing your song. I said, yes, ma'am. I said, well, what'd you think about the song? She goes, oh, baby, I knew what you boys was talking about. Ooh, gotta get you some, gotta get you some, gotta get you some. Gotta get you some, you know, babies. Ooh, gotta get you some, gotta get you some, gotta get you some. Ooh, gotta get you some, you know, Rugrats, curtain climbers, tricycle motors. It don't matter what you call them. Everybody needs a whole house full of them. Ain't nothing in the world quite like babies. She left a yellow rose in a long neck bottle on the table beside my bed, with a short little note said I had a good time. It was written in lipstick red. She didn't leave her name. I wonder if that's a little secret that she keeps. Ooh, she's walking around in my sleep, dream walking, pillow talking. She's calling my name again. Day's breaking, I ain't waking. waking up, I'm sleeping in. I'm on a roll now, I gotta know how this dream ends. Yeah, I was always a crazy one. Broke into the stadium and I wrote down your number on the 50-yard line. You're always a perfect one, little miss, a valedictorian. So under your number I wrote, call for a good time. And I only wanted to get your attention, but you all loved me somehow. Besides, you had too many boyfriends to mention, and I played my guitar too loud. How do you like me now? And I heard that you made fun of me when I took off and went to Tennessee. I guess you never imagined I would make it this far. You married into a money girl, oh, but it's a cruel and a funny world. And he took all your dreams and he tore them apart. And he never comes home and you're always alone. And your kids hear you crying down the hall. The alarm clock is ringing. Who could that be singing? It's me, babe, and it's your wake-up call. Sweet gentle kiss and the way that your fingers run through my hair, and how your scent lingered even when you're not there. And I like the way your eyes dance when you laugh, and how you enjoy your 2-hour bath, the way you convinced me to dance in the rain, with everyone watching like we were insane. But I love the way you love me. Strong and wide, slow and easy, heart and soul, so completely. I love the way you love me. Yeah, and I can list a million things that I love to like about you. They all come down to one reason. How will I ever live without you? I love the way you love me. Strong and wide, slow and easy, heart and soul, so completely. I love the way you love me. Oh, baby, I love do you say let's do one more and then take a little short break and then come back? Y'all want to sing with me? I need to get y'all singing with me. But see, most of you ain't never even seen me play before, so you're probably wondering to yourself, how are we going to know the words? I have a story for that. When I was just big enough to where I could talk pretty good, I told my mama that first lie. And she blistered my little hiney, just like she ought to have. That's probably what's wrong with the world right now. Ain't been enough heinies blistered. I digress. Anyway, she blistered my little hiney real good, and then she got down on her knees right in front of me, and she shook her finger in my face, and she said, "Baby, that hurt me." And that's when I accused Mama of lying to me. And she bust that little ass again, is what she did. Just like she ought to have. And then she shook her finger in my face again. She goes, "Baby, always tell the truth. The truth is easy to remember." Now, you may be wondering could this possibly have to do with my next song? Well, we're going to put my mama's theory to the test. If this next song is the truth, y'all will be able to remember it and sing along with me. See how that works? A few years ago, have y'all ever noticed how concerned, and we ain't had TV since 1996, so I get this guy's name confused. He's got two last names. It's either Cooper Anderson or Anderson Cooper. It don't matter. He's always got this real concerned look on his face. And I saw him ask this fella one time on the TV, he asked him, "In this great country, how could we have ever gotten to this position?" He did not need that expert. He needed a smart-ass songwriter. Because I was sitting on the end of my bed in a Hotel 6 where Tom Bodette had left a light on me. And I just sang this back to the TV. "You let the fox watch the hen house, and now your chicken little story got scary. You let the dog watch the kitty cat. You let the kitty cat watch the canary. You let the kids have the keys to the candy store. You let the hippie keep an eye on the bone. You let the fox watch the hen house. There ain't no mystery about what went wrong." All right, that's y'all's part. It'll be back here in just a minute. You let the banker watch the money, but you did not watch the banker. You let the oil man watch the oil field. He bought a shiny brand new oil tanker. You let the corporation pick the politician. You let the politician watch the corporation. And now you're sending round your internet petition about the broke down situation. Y'all ready? You let the fox watch the hen house, and now your chicken little story got scary, dog. You let the dog watch the kitty cat. You let the kids have the keys to the candy store. You let the hippie keep an eye on the bone. You let the fox watch the hen house. There ain't no mystery about what went wrong. Feels good to tell the truth, don't it? all you did. You let the gigolo date your daughter. You let the cougar watch your teenage son. You let the smuggler guard the border. You let Jesse James hold a gun. You got the tax man's hand in your pockets, 'cause you let the lawyers tell you right from wrong. Now that the terrorists got the rockets, I guess everyone can sing along. Y'all help me sing. You let the fox watch the hen house, and now your chicken little story got scary. You let the dog watch the kitty cat. You let the kitty cat watch the canary. You let the kids have the keys to the candy store. You let the hippie keep an eye on the bone. And you let the fox watch the hen house. There ain't no mystery about what went wrong. See how good y'all are. You let the fox watch Chicken Little story got scared. Dog, you let the dog watch the kitty cat watch the canary. You let the kids have the keys to the candy store. You let the hippie keep an eye on. How can people always remember that lyric? You let the fox watch the hen house. There ain't no mystery about what went wrong. You let the fox watch the hen house, and now all your eggs are gone. I'll be back in just a few minutes. Y'all go to the bathroom. I'll see you in a minute. About 15 minutes, I'll be right back. good. Hey, y'all. There's still a few people out in the lobby, so I'm going to wait for them to get in here. Y'all having a good time yet? Welcome back. Somebody yelled out something from the back. I couldn't understand what you said. What? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. I hated that show. It got John Travolta famous. He's kind of weird, you know. Everybody back in here yet? Y'all remember that song that I played about how money don't matter? Yeah, well, that's just a song. And I got some CDs out there, and one of those CDs has that song on it, so you can trade some of that money that don't matter for one of them CDs that does. I want everybody right now to turn around and look up yonder. Look up yonder. That's Shalom. And Shalom is like one of the gods of making live shows sound great. Doesn't it sound good in here? All right, I want to tell y'all something. You know, like, if you go to a show and the sound ain't good, nobody walks out going, man, that sound man didn't know what he was doing. No, what they walk out saying is, man, Chuck Cannon sucked tonight. So everything that we do from up here is like, you know, we do our job, but if he doesn't do his, and he is one of the best in the business, y'all give Shalom a big hand. I'm going to try something different. All right. Is everybody back? Yeah. Right. Song. Oh my God, I just realized this is streaming live on YouTube. Damn. Why? You know I love you. And you gotta admit, that shit's funny right there. I'll never forget when she recorded this song. And I wrote this song with a dear friend named James Dean Hicks, and I remember Laurie was recording her record in the next room, and when James played me, the guitar piece that began this song, I was like, man, I want to write a great song to my beautiful wife. And that's how it started out. And then as the song grew, Winona had some really great observations about it. She said, it's almost like Jesus from the cross. And I realized, okay, songs kind of take on different meanings. They don't necessarily mean what you might think they mean. As if you're letting the Spirit breathe through you when you're writing the song, I do believe. And what the song's kind of evolved into is, it was a love song to my wife. It's also a love song to God, but it's a love song to you guys who come out and support these shows. So from me to you here. I could lose my vision, my eyes no longer see, and I could lose my religion in my struggle to that would be loss. That would be a cross. I'd somehow rise above. But heaven help me if I ever lose your love. And I have traded my innocence for the secrets of the night. Felt my calloused conscience lose its grip on wrong and right, and it cut me to the bone, but somehow I've held on, 'cause I could feel your touch. Heaven help me if I ever lose your love. 'Cause you are the one light that shines on me. Without your love, God knows where I'd be. And the train rolls by in the middle of my song, and it makes me cry a long, lonesome moan when the train in the middle of your song. You let it go by like there's nothing wrong. Make up a verse to a brand new song. You are the one light that shines on me. Without your love, God knows where I'd be. So hold me close again and tell me it won't end, and that will be enough. Heaven, help me if I ever lose your love. Heaven, help me if I ever lose your love. You want to hear a brand new song? Actually, that one's on my machine record. It's right out there in the lobby. You can buy it. Matt Rawlings, one of the great piano players on planet Earth, played piano on it, on my record. Let's see if this thing's in tune. No, it is not. So, chicken and the egg was laying in bed. Old chicken, he reaches over, grabs a pack of cigarettes off the nightstand, throws one in his mouth, lights it up. Takes a big, long drag, blows out a couple of smoke rings, looks over at the egg, says, well, I guess that settles that shit. There'll be people going home tonight going, oh. I always like to give credit where credit is really due. I read the hook to this song in a blog by a guy named Reggie Ham, and if y'all don't know who Reggie Ham is, look up his blog. It's one G, R-E-G-I-E, Reggie Ham, 2 M's. He's really wonderful, brilliant songwriter, brilliant writer, brilliant podcaster now, and does some really great stuff. But he wrote this. He said it was in one of his blogs, and he wrote the hook to this song. He says, like, you know, when my wife and I are in disagreement, we try to get to this line first. I may not be telling the exact thing right, but these are the exact words he said. We always try to get to, do you want to fight or do you want to win? And when I read it, it just hit me, because, like, man, everybody is so upwrought and in disagreement these days. I mean, I've got really, really close friends who've known each other for 20 years, and they don't even speak to each other anymore. Over politicians? The hell? You know, these people, you know, put your faith in them, that's professional liars. I might even go back over and play a damn song here in a minute, another new one. But I'm going to play this one right here. I got to keep in mind this thing is streaming. I got to be careful what I say. You know what? I'll say this to cap it all off. If it brings us together, I'm all in. If it pushes us apart, I'm all against. Well, we're crying while we're buying what they're selling for progress. Standing in line with our sign at the protest. Daddy's home working on a letter to Congress. What a mess. We're so stressed. Intersectional socio-political contest. We're obsessed, possessed. We could use a little less excess, I guess. All I really want to know is, do we want to fight? Or do we want to win? If it's more important to be right, we lose before we can begin. I we're going crazy and broke from all the sowing and reaping, trying to get woke, waking up sleeping, hoping, praying, Jesus ain't keeping my score, your score, our score. And we declare another dirty little never gonna end war. And what for? I'm yours to the core. Even when we can't take it anymore, it's still up to us. It's either or. Do we want to fight? Or do we want to win? It's more important to be right. We lose before we can begin. And I Thank you. That one's going to get pretty good when I work all the kinks out. So, I grew up in a preacher's home. We were the Pentecostals. We got any Pentecostals in here tonight? We was the holy rollers, because we rolled holy. A lot of people I play all over the country, and people don't know what I'm talking about when I say Pentecostal. And I explain to her, I go, well, y'all have heard of Southern Baptists? And everybody goes, yeah. And I go, yeah, we're pretty sure they were all going straight to hell. If it was fun, it was a sin. And y'all know what sin does, right? You go to hell forever and ever. But even so, being raised in the nurturing the admonition, as we used to say, when I turned 16, I was just like any other boy you ever met, any other 16-year-old boy you ever met. I had one thing on my mind. I wanted a car. One day, Daddy had to give me a ride and play in a baseball game, and it kind of messed up some stuff that he had going, so he had to stop everything. And I'm like, oh, this is perfect time. And I said, Daddy, I got a little bit of money saved up. You loan me a little bit, and I can buy a car. He said, son, I'll buy the car for you outright. You got to let me take you to Enix Barbershop and get you a proper haircut, though. And I'm like, oh, come on, Daddy. I've seen all the pictures. Jesus had long hair. He's like, well, yeah, son, he did. And he walked everywhere he went, too. If I was Jesus, I'd have some real long hair. Ear-robe and some sandals be all I'd wear. I'd be the guy in the party, turning the water into wine. Me and my disciples, we'd have a real good time. And if I was Jesus, I'd have some friends that was poor. I'd run around with the wrong crowd. I'd never be a bore, and I'd heal a blind man, get myself crucified by politicians and preachers who got something to hide. Now, ooh, and I would lay my life down for you if I was Jesus. And they all sang it. I would show you who's the boss. Forgive you and adore you. While I was hanging on your cross, if I was Jesus. If I was Jesus, I'd come back from the dead, and I'd walk on some water just to mess with your head. I know your dark little secret. I'd look you dead in your face, and I'd say, listen here, I love you with amazing grace. Ooh, and I would lay my life down for you if I was Jesus. I'll show you who's the boss. I forgive you and adore you. While I was hanging on your cross, if I was I'd forgive you, and adore you. While I was hanging on your cross, if I was Jesus. That was fun. Hey, all y'all tippers online, all y'all folks out there that are tipping right now, appreciate you. We call it the Mirror Fund. This is because we had to take down all the mirrors in our house because I didn't want my children to see how poor we are. So y'all help us buy some mirrors. Throw a tip in the jar. A little song about what we do up here. It's Friday night and I'm back again. My old guitar and my trusty grin. I best you don't come in here, son. Tattooed on this heart of mine. And from a dirty brown shag carpet stage, I sing my song and I pace the cage. Stuck up here in the twilight zone, staring out into the great unknown. There's an old Hank Williams figurine hanging by a guitar string from the pull chain of the Pabst Blue Ribbon sign, with the clock that stopped on 9:30. See, the times ain't changed around here in years. It's the same sad story, same old tears. Ain't nobody wants to be alone out here in the great unknown. You can find your stool there at the bar. They're designed to take you nowhere far. We got a mirror back behind the whiskey shelves, where we don't dare look back at ourselves. And just past the men's room down the hall, barely hanging there faded sticker on the old payphone says, welcome to the great unknown. It's out beyond the yonder stars. Oh, and it's all up in there where you are. By some cosmic wind we're blown out into the great unknown. In hopes and dreams and ash and dust, it all seems to either rot or rust. We're souls wrapped up in flesh and bone, heartbeats in the great unknown. Well, it's Friday night, and I'm back again. I sure do love doing this. I sure do appreciate all of y'all coming out here tonight. And listening to me carry on. So I sing, is there a song that I missed that somebody wants to hear? Well, there's a whiskey drinking preacher underneath the old train trestle, polishing a spoon that he found with the tail of his Sunday shirt. And just like Jesus, he talks in parables, and with a trembling crooked finger he draws pictures in the dirt. Pictures in the dirt. And sitting on some old blue milk crates, we were a smelly congregation. And when life dealt out its cards, hard luck come up in spades. The preacher said, I got good news. The good Lord loves me and you. Amen, said the hooker. And the hollow-eyed boy with AIDS, the hollow-eyed boy with AIDS. Then the whiskey-drinking preacher served communion, shared some wine and day-old bread from his grocery cart, and laid a worn-out Gideon's Bible on an oil drum pulpit. And then he spoke these words that came straight from his heart. Every sinner's got a future, every saint's got a past, and everybody's got a someday when the first shall be the last. So don't let the devil tell you that the die's already cast, 'cause every sinner's got a future and every saint's got a past. Hallelujah. And all God's children said, that's what they said. Well, now, we'd all hit rock bottom, but we all found redemption when the good Lord shined his light on that unlikely holy place. And then the sun burst out from behind the cloud, and it ought not to go unmentioned how the downtown church pipe organ went to playing Amazing Grace, Amazing Grace. When the whiskey drinking preacher served communion and shared some wine and day-old bread from his grocery cart, and laid a worn-out Gideon's Bible on an oil drum pulpit. And then he preached this sermon that we all knew by heart. Every sinner's got a future, every saint's got a past, and everybody's got a someday when the first shall be the last. So don't let the devil tell you that the die's already cast, 'cause every sinner's got a future and every saint's got a past. Well, there's a whiskey drinking preacher underneath the old train trestle. He's polishing on this old spoon that he found with the tail of his Sunday shirt. Hey, thank y'all. Got any Sean Mullins fans in here? I love Sean Mullins. Never forget, back in the late 90s, when there wasn't nothing you could hear on the radio except boy bands. And you know, that's fine. You know, everybody likes what they like. You know, I don't care. But all of a sudden, this guy playing an acoustic guitar came on the radio singing in a baritone voice, and he said, kind of like Nashville with a tan. And that was Sean Mullins. That's how I got introduced to him. And then we ended up meeting years later and became really good friends and written a bunch of really good songs together. And this is one of them. flat screen. Everybody wants to be seen. Everybody wants to be famous. Ain't nobody gonna blame us. Everybody wants to be the real deal. Everybody wants to cop a good feel. Everybody wants more money. Everybody wants a taste of your honey. I just want to light you like a fire. I just want to turn you on and take you higher. Everybody wants to pick your guitar. Everybody wants a ride in your fast car. Everybody wants a puff of your pipe dream. Everybody wants a lick of your ice cream. Preacher wanna tell you how to live right. Your mama and your daddy get you uptight. Your lover's gonna go and pick another fight. But I just wanna give you up all night. I just want to light you up like a fire. I just want to turn you on and take you higher. This old world can bring you down, turn your smile into a frown, break your heart and make you sad, drive you stark, raving mad. But I just want to light you up like a fire. Help me sing it. I just want to turn you on and take you higher. I just want to light you up, like a fire. I just want to turn you on, take you higher. Nice. Just trying to be a father, raise a daughter and a son, be a lover to their mother, everything to everyone. I'm up and at 'em bright and early, I'm all business in my suit. Yeah, I'm dressed up for success, from my hat down to my boot, and I don't do it for the money. There's bills that I can't pay. I don't do it for the glory, I just do it anyway. You see, just work straight through the holidays, sometimes all night long. You can bet that I stand ready when the wolf growls at the door. I'm solid, I'm steady, and I'm true down to the core, and I will always do my duty, no matter what the price. I've counted up the cost, I know the sacrifice, and I don't wanna have to die for you, but if dying's asked of me, I will bear that cross with honor, because freedom don't come free. I'm an American soldier, an American. Beside my brother and my sister, I'll make my stand. When liberty's in jeopardy, I will do what's right. I'm out here on the front lines, you can sleep in peace tonight. I'm an American soldier. I'm an American. I'm an American. Proud to be an American. Thank y'all so much. Thank you. Thank you. All right, I think we need to do a couple more and then head on to the house. I could stand here and play more songs than y'all could stand. I bet your mama look good too. I bet your mama look good too. I bet your daddy wants your mama just the way that I want you. Ooh, ooh. I bet your mama look good too. Bet your mama look good too. I bet your mama look good too. I bet your daddy wants your mama bet your sister sure look fine. I bet she probably a 8.5 or a 9. Bet she's sexy as sin, but she still can't touch your 10. I bet your sister sure look fine. I bet your uncles and your brothers are big and strong. I bet they don't appreciate the way we carrying on. I bet they probably whoop my ass if they were so inclined. But if they don't understand, they would have to be blind, because your mama look good too. Yes, you do. I bet your grandma was a drop dead honey in her time. I bet your grandpa spent his money on her down to his last dime. Your aunts made all your uncles do the same thing too. Yes, a family condition, how y'all look the way you do. Bet your mama look good too. I bet your mama look good too. I bet your daddy wants your mama just the way that I want you. Your mama look good too, yes you do. I bet your mama look good too. I bet your mama is a fine example of the stronger, smarter. Well, y'all are more fun to hang out with. Gender. As all good things are gonna do, they come to an end, so this is about it. Everybody say strange. Everybody say strange. Strange. All right, you got your part. Sister watching TV, I was upstairs all alone, picking on my guitar, just a tweaking on my twang. Up all night, sleep all day, people see I'm strange. My girlfriend works at Walmart, she'll check your merchandise. You give her any shit and she will cut you down to size. She got a crucifix and a crystal hanging on a silver chain, and a fish hook belly button ring with a tattoo that says strange, strange, just a little strange, a little wild and dangerous and slightly deranged. So don't you ever change. Everybody out there is just a little strange. Strange. Chuck Berry says rock and roll's about two things and two things only, and that's the girl in the car. So here's your verse about the girl in the car. She got skirts out on fenders, headlights to the wind, crushed velvet on seats, make a boy want to slide right on in. Two-tone drop-top Cadillac, cherry red and pink champagne, chrome around the tail lights, and the license plate says, guess what? Strange, strange, just a little strange, a little wild and dangerous and slightly deranged. Don't you ever change. everybody in the place wants a little spring. Spring. It's even in the Bible. King David on the throne had old gold and a man can spend, had a harem all his own. Ooh, he was looking out his window before they had a window pane, and he saw Bathsheba bathing. He went, strange. Strange, stood it strange, a little wild and dangerous and slightly deranged. Don't you ever change, everybody out there is just a little. My name's Chuck Cannon. I'm a little bit strange, whiskey drinking preacher, and I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming out here tonight. And everybody, one more time, say, strange. Yeah, bring it up. Love you guys. Thank y'all so much. What a blast. What a blast. Thank you so much. I'm going to see all of you right out there in just a second. Okay, one more, and if I could leave you with a message, I think this might be it. So, y'all ain't gonna believe what I'm fixing to tell you, but I'd be damned if Dolly Parton didn't cut this song. It was a long time ago, and the way she cut it, it was a waltz. And she told me, she said, honey, when you write a waltz that perfect, you can cut it 4/4. And on my record out there called Machine, my wife told me to go down to the studio and figure she goes, well, actually the way she put it was, honey, just go figure the damn thing out in 4/4. Look how the wind carries the seed, and see how the soil supplies what it needs. Rain falls and the sun shines, and a flower breaks free. It all works together. Why can't we? Well, I have seen children playing in the park, skin shades of ivory, red, yellow, and dark. My eyes saw colors their little hearts could not see. They were just playing together. Why can't we? Why can't we? Why can't we? I can love you. You can love me. Why can't we? Why can't we? Just set our foolish pride free, being let be. Why can't we? I had a dream about a lion and a lamb. They were laying together, and there was peace. There was peace in the land. Swords turned into plowshares, 'cause there was no enemy. I woke up and I wondered, why can't we? Tell me, why can't we? You can't love me. Why can't we? Set our foolish pride free, learn to be and let be. Why can't we? Why can't we? Tell me. Why can't we? Why can't we? I had a dream about a lion and the lamb. Y'all have a great night. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'll see y'all right out there in just a second.